Welcome to Student Connections. Our students connecting with our community.
Making a difference in our community. The Community Foundation of St. Clair County aims to improve the lives of others while promoting regional prosperity. Generously giving us their time today, we have Miss Jackie Hanton. Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Vice President and Program Coordinator Derek Daly. Hi.
How are you?
Of the Community Foundations. Welcome. How long has the Community Foundation been around, and what are some of the organization's top priorities?
So we've actually been around since 1944. So the Community Foundation is 74 years old. I'm excited to celebrate our 75th anniversary next year. And we have three priority areas. So currently we have our top priority area is community and economic development. So think of things like placemaking, entrepreneurship, different projects like our river walk, anything that has to do with kind of that economic development. We also have our second priority area that is cradle to career, and that takes over what used to be considered kind of our education focus area. So cradle to career goes all the way from early childhood education up through what we're considering now young adult success, which is kind of through your college career or whatever your college or path is after high school. And then our third priority area is actually new for us, something that we haven't done before, and it has to do with kind of what we call healthy lifestyles. So at this point in time, we've kind of done pop-up farmers markets, and we've looked at different ways that we can be helpful in this area. It's just very new to the Community Foundation. Our board is still kind of taking the time to work through what is our best fit and ways that we can be impactful in the healthy lifestyles area.
It's very interesting. Now, I know the foundation offers many types of grants. Where does this money come from?
So it comes from our community, from St. Clair County. So the Community Foundation is focused on what we consider our community, which is within the borders of St. Clair County. And so it comes from donors. We get about 1,500 gifts on an annual basis. And so whether it is a specific program or a project or an initiative that an individual is very passionate about or wants to help be successful, they're able to donate to the Community Foundation. So all of our grants come from essentially citizens of the community.
How are these grants rewarded?
So there's a lot of different ways. I think, Derek can talk to that because that's his area.
Yeah, I am in charge of the grants, and they are awarded mostly through competitive grants and through donor-advised funds. So a donor, they can have their own advised fund, and they can make recommendations on what they would like their money to go to, any charitable organization, government entities, schools, things like that. And then the competitive grants, people apply for them. So they'll have a grant writer, somebody in the organization, write up a proposal for a grant, send it into us, and then I will take that to any committee. There's several of them, main one being our grants committee, to go over and kind of vote on it, talk about what they like about it, what they don't like about it, and then pick between all the grants on that agenda which ones they like to fund.
Right. How is the foundation organized, and how many employees and volunteers assist?
So from the organization standpoint, we're very decentralized. So we're under the leadership of Randy Myers, who's our president, but we have 8 employees that work the foundation. So we kind of work in different kind of pods, if you will. So we have our finance department, we have our development with myself and Sue Schmidt, and then we have grants with Derek and Audrey, who handles our scholarships. And then we have an office coordinator that kind of pulls us all together, and Kevin Toddy, who helps with one of our newer programs with young adults. So 8 of us kind of make everything run and work, but we are helped and assisted by 150 volunteers through our committees. So as Derek mentioned, our grants committee, we also have our board members, and all of those different individuals, whether they're scholarships, grants, or our board members, are all volunteers.
Okay. Can you tell us about the Big Give?
Yeah, certainly. So the Big Give is super exciting, and I hope June 12th is seared into the memories of everyone from now until that day, but it's going to be a 24-hour online giving rally. So everyone in St. Clair County is invited to come to stclairfoundation.org, which is our website, and you're able on that day to donate to any of 83 organizations that are participating. So whether you're an arts and culture enthusiast, or you care a lot about animal welfare, or you want to help the local women's shelter, whatever your passion area is, we have 83 organizations participating, and it's really kind of pulling everybody together under the umbrella of philanthropy and being generous, giving big, as we're saying, and really just being able to kind of consolidate those resources and just show the power of philanthropy in our community on a 24-hour basis.
How were the groups selected?
They actually were registered themselves. So we kind of went out and scouted with our friends in the nonprofit community, but we also opened registration to allow for individuals to register their nonprofit or charity to participate.
How much has been raised in the past?
So that is actually a great question. We started with what we called Match Day back in 2009 and 2010, and our community members and our board put up $60,000 and $70,000 respectively in those years as kind of a challenge, and they were called Match Day. And the community responded, raising $105 additional both of those years. And then in 2014, the online giving campaigns started. It was something new, and the Community Foundation participated in what we called Give Where You Live. And that raised $768,000 in 24 hours through 4,200 gifts. So that's kind of the success we're hoping to build towards this time around, and it's something that is in our track record, and we're hoping the community responds that way again.
All right. What inspired the start of this event?
It would be, I would say, the partnership with our community members and our nonprofits. A lot of people were asking for this to come about again. A lot of the nonprofits were saying, we would like to do a giving day again. A lot of our donors get excited about it. It's fun. There's prizes and bonus pool funds that are available during the day. So it's really just something that creates a lot of excitement, and a lot of people were looking forward to it again. So we decided, okay, it's been 4 years. Let's do this Community Day of Giving again.
All right. Can you explain more about the Youth Advisory Council?
Yeah, I'm actually in charge of it. We shortened it up,
Okay.
and they're calling it YAC, so it's easier to say. And that's students from schools all over St. Clair County that are all interested in philanthropy that get together. And it's exactly like our grants committee, except the committee is made up of all youth, all students from people from Port Huron Northern, Marysville. Our president is actually R.J. Russell, who's a Marysville student here. And so I'm an advisor. So I basically bring the grants to them. Most of the grants that they see are all youth related. So for maybe different schools that have youth programs, or any nonprofit organizations that will have a program involving youth, parks and rec, things like that, that they will vote on. And they actually got their funding from the Kellogg Foundation, started that. And they have every year X amount of dollars to spend on youth-related programs. And again, they get together and kind of go through the competitive grants and select which ones they feel meet their priorities best and what will have the greatest impact in the community.
Now, what projects have you completed in the last year?
So one that they really like to fund that kind of goes with the healthy lifestyles is the Friday Backpack Program. So anybody who is financially kind of restricted on food, they will get a backpack on Friday from their school, and we fund these programs. And we'll have food throughout the weekend so that they don't go hungry all weekend, and then we'll come back to school.
Where did the Youth Home Fund come about?
So the Community Foundation actually owns the property that the youth home is at. The youth home is for any homeless or kind of struggling youth that don't have a permanent place to stay. The youth home will take them in, and they have a place to stay as long as they have employment for themselves or going to school or trying to better themselves, basically. They will have a spot there at the Wings of the Harbor Youth Home. And we own the home as well as Studio 1219. And so that's for any renovations that need to be done to the youth home. And actually YAC, the Youth Advisory Council, is going there in May to help paint. They're going to paint the whole place. So not only is YAC donating their time and efforts towards grant making, they're also donating their time to do capital improvements to the building as well. So that was very nice of them.
Now, what other activities take place at Studio 1219?
I will let Jackie take that one.
Yeah, sure. So Studio 1219 is an original arts incubator for St. Clair County. And so it's based in Port Huron, and it's kind of evolved over the years. So it went from initially being smaller rooms where artists could rent space and either make their craft or sell their craft or whatever that was. And now it's a lot more gallery space. And so if you go in there now, you can go in and see, fine works of art, sculptures. They have also a clay studio as well. And you can also take lots of different art classes. So all of different ages and all the different mediums. And I'm not an artist, so if I'm using these terms wrong, hopefully nobody judges that. But you can do, anything from painting to pottery to different types of crafts with younger kids. And so it's essentially still an arts incubator, but with a gallery where you can both view and enjoy art and buy art, and then also take arts classes.
Now, why do you think it's important to incorporate art in our community?
It makes it more vibrant, more fun. I think it is something that inspires imagination, and so there's just a lot of different things that art will be able to make you a more well-rounded person, and just appreciation for history can come through arts as well.
All right, we've been talking about all of the great activities happening in our community. We have more to share after this message.
Oops. Uh-oh.
Get on top of it before they do. Every 24 minutes, tipped furniture or a falling TV sends an injured child to the emergency room. Preventing tip-over incidents is easy, inexpensive, and only takes 5 minutes. Learn how to secure your furniture and TVs to protect children at anchorit.gov.
Welcome back to Student Connections. Our guests today are from the Community Foundations of St. Clair County. I know St. Clair has been doing work at the shopping plaza. Jackie, how do these types of projects get started?
So it was actually one of our donors had a passion for the area and downtown St. Clair and have some funds with us. And so our St. Clair funds kind of spurred and kicked that on with the idea of it needed some more vibrancy. It needed something for a gathering place for the community. If you think about downtown St. Clair, that's kind of the center of the heart of their downtown. And so the courtyard was tired, it needed a facelift, and so together with both our St. Clair funds and also the community at large and other donors, they were able to completely reface the courtyard and put new pergolas up and fire pits and completely tear out what used to be just cement. And now there's beautiful green spaces and essentially a beautiful event space that people can enjoy not only on an annual basis or an evening basis, day-to-day type basis, but also for special events in downtown St. Clair.
Can you tell us about any activities that are happening in Marysville?
Yeah, certainly. So the Marysville Community Fund is something exciting. It's only 2 years, going on 3 years old now, something that is new, but the Community Fund essentially is there to support any programs, projects, initiatives, the schools, any nonprofits based in Marysville. And the Community Fund is run by a few volunteers of community members that live here in Marysville as well, and essentially is one of our grant type committees. And so they have their own pot of funds to work with. Probably they're around the $75,000 mark. And those individuals accept grant applications from different community organizations, and they just help to further add to the different programs and things that are going on in Marysville.
Can you tell us how the Come Home Award is granted?
Yeah, actually, I think, Derek, you want to talk about our Come
sure.
Home Award?
Come Home Award is kind of to encourage people who are originally from this area that might have kind of drifted away, followed a job somewhere else, that kind of wanted to move back towards the St. Clair area, St. Clair County. And so it was originally known as the Reverse Scholarship. So they already graduated and are in the field, kind of a STEM area, and they will come back and the Community Foundation will pay up to $10,000 towards their student loans to encourage them to come back to the area, kind of trying to bring the talent back to St. Clair County.
Yeah, it's something that we thought was very important to, instead of having that brain drain, we wanted to reverse that. We wanted to make the ability for students to come back to your roots, so to speak, go off and enjoy those cities like Chicago and Austin and possibly even California, and get some working experience. But now we've changed the amount of years, within 10 years of graduation. Come back home, so to speak, in order to raise your family and to continue your career and really just help create kind of building that future for our county.
Another program bringing businesses to life is the Blue Water area, is the business incubator in the basement at the Sperry's Movie House. Why is this program important for new businesses?
So the business incubator at Sperry's is called the Underground, and it's something that our Economic Development Alliance, or the EDA, has been working on for several years. So it is important in order to help kind of the startup community in St. Clair County, as well as that entrepreneurship type culture. So we want to be able to support those that are wanting to start their own businesses, grow their businesses, and really kind of show that St. Clair County is a place that, you know, even though we're not going to rival Silicon Valley, so to speak, we can still have those great ideas that can come to fruition here in St. Clair County.
STEAM has become an important priority in the education of future workers. Can you share why the foundation has partnered with the local robotics teams?
Oh yeah, certainly. So robotics is another what we view as kind of a pipeline of talent into skilled trades. So right now, when you look at the business community, they need skilled workers, and there's kind of that shortage there. And we also haven't had that pipeline for the skilled trades when it comes to our young adults. And so robotics is a great way and a great program that combines a lot of skills, anywhere from not just your engineering-minded kids, but marketing and business and teamwork. And it really just combines a great skill set for students to be able to kind of go on and further their careers and hopefully become interested in something in the skilled trades area. So the Community Foundation, again with the Economic Development Alliance with EDA, has partnered to open up a robotics fund in order to continue to support our St. Clair County teams. And so we're really excited to learn that, you know, we have 3 of our local teams going to Worlds that is going to be happening soon. And so we really hope that kind of this culture and the amount of teams continues to grow, and that, you know, students continue to be interested in robotics.
Now, we've covered a lot of information today. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
Yeah, actually, I brought a little present here. If you'll help me
Oh.
hold this up so the camera can get it.
All right.
I was in Comm Arts when I was in high school, so I wanted to kind of give back to M6 Television and Mr. Smith. We all have staff grants at the Community Foundation that we give, little mini grants of $500. So I wanted mine to go towards M6 Television and programs and operations that you guys do here.
That's very nice.
Well, thank you. I really enjoyed this when I was in high school, as I said, and hope you guys are as well. So I wanted to give back just a little bit.
All right. Thank you so much for
Oh,
coming
you're
in today, Derek. And thank you, Jackie, as well.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Thank you for tuning in today for another Student Connection. Be sure to join us next time on M6, your hometown station.